As a rule, one in the renounced order of life is forbidden to eat delicious food, as this may drag him by the tongue into a whirlpool of material desires and thus ruin his spiritual advancement. Srila Prabhupada, however, was never victimized by these culinary delights. He always maintained full spiritual potency and complete dedication to satisfying the transcendental senses of Lord Krishna. Completely controls the 6 bad qualities. An aspiring devotee of Lord Krishna, who is serious about spiritual life, strives to control the 6 bad qualities, namely lust, anger, greed, illusion, madness, and envy, which act like deadly poison upon his consciousness if not subdued. His practical method for accomplishing this is to actively engage his body, mind, and words in the Lord's devotional service, which has the potency to neutralize these vices, as a serpent is robbed of its capacity to inject poison when its fangs are removed. Srila Prabhupada did not need to control these vices, however, as they were completely absent from his nature. He was like a Vaidurya gem, manifesting many beautiful transcendental qualities at every moment as he moved about in the brilliant light of pure devotional service. Since we are still susceptible to the onslaught of the 6 bad qualities, we should place our heads in all humility at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada, engage enthusiastically in his glorification, and try to please him by serving his mission to the best of our abilities. In this way, we are sure to become completely free from material contamination and ultimately develop pure love of Krishna. Performs welfare work for everyone. It is stated in the Krishna book story of Sudama Brahman that when loving service is rendered to Lord Krishna, the entire creation benefits. Engages in devotional service, performs welfare work for everyone. This welfare work is nothing like mundane philanthropy, which provides unfortunate persons with material facilities to temporarily offset their suffering condition. Rather, it is meant to completely extricate them from material existence and award them an eternal blissful life in the spiritual world. Srila Prabhupada served Lord Krishna wholeheartedly and without deviation during his pastime among us. In this way, he benefited the entire world indirectly by his own pure devotional service, and directly by offering a potent spiritual program capable of eradicating the material existence of anyone who takes to it seriously. His welfare work did not stop with his physical disappearance, however, as the preaching force that he set in motion will continue to spiritually uplift the inhabitants of this planet for the next 10,000 years, far exceeding the meager philanthropy performed by those absorbed in the bodily concept of life. Expert. When Srila Prabhupada arrived in America in 1965, he faced the tremendous challenge of attracting gross materialists to the sublime spiritual process of Krishna consciousness. Although such a feat seemed impossible, Srila Prabhupada miraculously ignited a spiritual explosion whose vibrations are still resonating throughout the world. He demonstrated unprecedented preaching skill by presenting Krishna consciousness perfectly according to time and circumstance, offering such an attractive and palatable spiritual program that any sincere soul could easily follow. Today, at Rath Yatra festivals all over the world, millions of people chant, dance, wave, and cheer in a universal expression of appreciation as Lord Jagannath's colorful chariots float through the city streets. From this it is clear that Srila Prabhupada was so expert that even his physical absence, Krishna consciousness is being spread far and wide by the faithful application of his instructions. Silent. According to Krishna consciousness philosophy, being silent means to engage the tongue in speaking only about topics related to Lord Krishna. Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, used to encourage silence in his disciples, telling them, quote, "Nonsense talk breeds nonsense thought, breeds nonsense action, breeds birth, death, old age, and disease." End of quote. Srila Prabhupada, being the foremost disciple of his spiritual master, was the chief exponent of this adage in the modern age, single-handedly spreading discussion about Lord Krishna all over the world through his lectures, discussions, and translating work. His words are a river of nectar flowing mercifully into the hearts of the devotees, and in due course of time, this mighty river will silence the nonsense of all souls suffering in this material world. Compassionate. A pure devotee of Krishna is always compassionate upon the fallen souls who are suffering greatly in the blazing fire of material life. He is ever busy making arrangements to relieve their distress, and he is pleased when he sees them advancing on the path of spiritual happiness. Srila Prabhupada, compassion personified, dedicated his every breath to spreading Krishna consciousness, resting only a few hours every night to keep his body and soul together. As his body dwindled during his last days with us, many doctors visited Srila Prabhupada to offer their advice and treatment, but with little or no result. Finally, one day, a physician suggested to Srila Prabhupada that his condition arose from his grave anxiety over the tribulations that would beset his disciples after his physical disappearance. At that, Srila Prabhupada looked up and told the man, quote, "Yes, you have diagnosed my condition correctly." End of quote. With these words, Srila Prabhupada demonstrated his utter selflessness and his extraordinarily profound compassion. A friend. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna states that he is the friend of all living beings. As the Lord's intimate associate, Srila Prabhupada also displayed friendship to all by dint of his constant engagement in spiritual welfare activities. In the material world, friendships are formed on the basis of mutual sense gratification, and when sense gratification is disturbed, the relationship is either damaged or discontinued. Srila Prabhupada was a true friend to all, however, because he formed relationships with others motivated by his unalloyed desire to assist everyone in achieving the highest goal of life. He never desired to exploit anyone, and if there was ever an offense committed against him or some difficulty caused by others, he never took it seriously. Because Srila Prabhupada accepted the karma of 5,000 disciples, he had to undergo what appeared to be suffering. In spite of this, he never withdrew his mercy and friendship. Significantly, he always closed his letters to his disciples with the words, quote, "Your ever well-wisher." End of quote. The spiritual friendship of a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada, which is available to everyone, is the rarest of gems, and intelligent persons will certainly appreciate, revere, and guard it as life's dearest treasure. This completes the reading of the book titled Srila Prabhupada's Beautiful Transcendental Qualities. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Haribol.